Hi guys, hope you're doing great. And today we are going to draw together another puppy, another pet. And here is the sketch I already have done. And this is the reference. Okay. And different from the previous drawing, this we use a different technique. So I will show you how we can draw pet fur using blending stumps and graphite powder. So I have this one. This one, every time I sharpen my pencils, especially the darker ones, 8B, 6B, 4B, even 2B, I save the powder or even carbon, okay? And I mix this powder, so this is a mix of powder, the lead graphite, for darker tones. And here I have just a bit of 2,8 graphite, lighter, okay? So I use these both blending stumps, and one side will be darker and another side will be lighter. And it's essential not to mix both to succeed in terms of tone and graduation. And also during the drawing, you see if it's necessary, if some texture is required for a nice effect. I can also use this graphite stick. This is 2B, so it's a pure graphite stick. And this pure graphite Faber-Castell. So this is woodless pencil. So this is pure graphite, and there is just a plastic here to be more comfortable, not dirt your fingers, but it's pure graphite, okay? So let's start it, and I will start putting some powder on my blending stump. And start to build the drawing, starting with the eye. This drawing will look very different from the previous one because a blending stump creates a different effect, okay? It's different from the pencil. But I've done that sometimes and it's really nice. I like the effect it produces. This one is a bit darker on my reference. And obviously I didn't mention, but we use a lot of eraser to create some lights. It's different working with the blending stump. I like it, and you have to try different angles when you are using the tool. So you're not using just the tip of the blending stump, but the side and these corners here. You can alternate according to the effect you want. You have the option to buy graphite powder, but since I've started drawing, I've never found available to buy in the countries I have been living, and I realized that I could save the powder from my pencils when I sharpen them. So it works the same way, okay? Another aspect using powder and blending stump, you have to be very, very careful, because it dirts, stains very easy the paper. It's very easy to dust, to stain and dirt the paper, very easy. And I will also be using the brush on this drawing. You can see how I change the angle of the blending stump to create this effect here. So you don't necessarily need to use just the tip. You can create nice effects with a blending stump. Now I use a bit the 2/8 graphite, and you see how lighter it is. And when you are drawing, if you think it's getting darker than it should, you don't need to worry, because you can correct it later. You can use your eraser to correct it, okay? So there is no need to worry. This area will be very light. So you contour his tongue here. I don't know what race is this dog. I think it's a Yorkshire. If you know what dog is this, comment on the video, please. I'd like to know. I have a lovely dog. It's called Bento, and I adopted him 8 years ago, and he travels with me. We have been traveling for 4 years. And he is next to me right now. But my dog Bento is undefined race. It's a mix. You have to give it the first general shape and form, and later You can work on more details and correct what you think it's incorrect using the eraser, using contrast, darkening, lightening. Here it's his ear, so I will flat the texture a bit. I can also darken a bit. Yeah, I really don't know what dog it is. It's a very small dog. I think it's a Yorkshire. Correct me if I'm mistaken, please. You see how efficient is the blending stump to create pet fur. And it's very different effect comparing to a pencil or mechanic pencil. Very different. Now this area here is very dark. You see? It's very dark and it's blurry, so you don't see much texture. And for this, I used the bigger blending stump to fill this area faster. You see, it's larger, yeah? So I fill this area faster. And also you pass over a little bit here because I create the effect later. The white fur coming here. And also don't put much pressure here, be a bit gentle. Okay. Now here we have some lighter fur. What I like most about this technique using the blending stump, it's the freedom you have to be more expressive. So you don't need to be very accurate like we usually are during the realistic drawings. And you could try this technique, this tool, to draw anything, to draw a portrait, to draw a car, an object, a building, landscape, nature landscape. I've used this for drawing water. There are videos on the channel. I'm drawing ocean wave drawing, and I use a blending stump. I really like the effect it produces. This area here, I think it's a pillow or a cushion. Okay. You see how it dirts your hands? This is the graphite powder. It's inevitable. You can avoid the dirt here, but you cannot avoid this mess here. See, there is an amount of graphite powder here. I have to be very careful. Okay. So basically, you already see how simple it is, how practical is the effect of using the blending stump. Now I'm just working on more details here. Use the eraser a bit, darken even more some areas around here and here, but basically the technique is this, okay? And I hope it's useful for you, and please comment on the video what race is this hog. Okay, so see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.